RPG games with a rich fantasy setting tend to be some of the most beloved titles in the industry, and it's not a surprise considering the creativity and vastness of the lands inspired by Tolkien, Lovecraft, and myths about ancient gods. There's so much to love about these gorgeous, inspiring universes and the rich history crafted by expert writing that shaped them into worlds we live to immerse ourselves in. The best games in the genre are all very different from each other, each providing us with unique experiences that'll stay forever imprinted in our minds and hype us up while we wait for the next entry in their respective franchises. Don't get frightened by our first entry. From Software has crafted itself a place in the industry as the best game development company for hardcore RPGs. While each of their games is set in massive, memorable universes, and we'll get to more of them later, we're starting our list with the gothic, Lovecraftian-inspired Bloodborne. Labeled by many gamers as the hidden gem of the Souls-like lineup, Bloodborne introduces gamers to a horrific, Victorian-era city full of monstrosities, which you later learn are humans afflicted by the disease. The dark and eerie setting of the title keeps you on edge at all times, with you never knowing what kind of disgusting beast will attack you from behind the next corner. As horrific as the setting is, the game's story is just as amazing, with the player slowly unraveling the mystery behind the Ihar Namite's transformation and realizing that things are much viler than what you initially might believe.
The hunt, the blood, or the horrible dream?
Our fourth entry features a massive world. Bethesda's Elder Scrolls series is undoubtedly one of the biggest names in the RPG genre, both as a household name and in terms of the size of the universe. Each of the Elder Scrolls games has taken place in different parts of Tamriel, with the players seeing Vardenfell, Cyrodiil, and Skyrim in the game's latest 3 major releases. In addition, Elder Scrolls Online gave players access to previously unavailable sections of the map, albeit in a different era. The vastness of the Elder Scrolls universe cannot be overstated, with each game introducing us to epic enemies, legendary locations, and gorgeous cities. The games also feature thousands of books scattered throughout Tamriel, through which players can learn all about the rich lore of the continent and its history. And trust us, there's a lot of it. And to add to this, we're yet to see the game's other major continent, Akavir.
Oh gods, where are they taking us? I don't know where we're going.
Our next entry is sure to have challenged you. Dark Souls gained a reputation for being notoriously hardcore throughout the 2010s, sparking the so-called renaissance of old-school gaming. Now, this is the second From Software entry in our list, and we feel it's impossible not to include the universe in this list, considering how iconic the Odin, devastated setting of the franchise has become over the past years. Known as one of the most hardcore RPGs out there, all 3 Dark Souls are set in a bleak, medieval universe full of godly demons and imaginative monsters that present a formidable challenge for players. While traveling through the post-apocalyptic lands of the once great kingdoms, gamers can end up in endless situations, including fighting vibrant dragon-like creatures, navigating through underground caves full of ruins, and even facing against godly deities in fantastical castles, each presenting unique, memorable challenges. Our second spot is a land of politics and monsters. The world of The Witcher is one inspired by the classic fantasy books of Andrzej Sapkowski, with the 3 titles in the franchise continuing the story rather than retelling. While The Witcher 1 and 2's worlds and gameplay might be a bit outdated, the stories in those make it more than worth it to play them. And of course, The Witcher 3 is a true masterpiece in the genre, featuring a vast, open-world experience full of epic tales and monsters. Hosting 5 different zones you can explore, if you count the DLCs that is, The Witcher 3 presents players with unique locations, grandiose cities, and epic battle arenas. As amazing as the main narrative is, there are hundreds of side quests that tell their own smaller scale stories, which help make the world feel that bit more real. The player's choices in set quests will also change the way the story develops, thus often presenting you with moral dilemmas that have no right answer and a sense of importance in The Witcher's universe. And our number 1 feels like a story that never ends at this point. What can we say about Warcraft that hasn't been said at this point? Its lore spans across tens of books, comics, videos, and of course, games. The first three Warcraft RTS games shaped the world into the vast universe we know and love, and the true behemoth in the franchise, World of Warcraft, gave light to all of the amazing zones, factions, and heroes that are part of the constant war against the forces trying to destroy Azeroth. The Old Gods, the Burning Legion, the Void, you know them. The game is absolutely huge at this point, featuring many continents and zones, each with its own internal stories and settings that are part of the grand picture. As a player, you complete thousands of quests with which you craft your own journey and feel like a part of this living, breathing organism known as the World of Warcraft. And that's just the surface of the iceberg. This is a world that can surprise even the most veteran of players with its tiny details.
You shall be king.
And with all of that said, thank you for watching today's video, guys. What's your favorite fantasy game of all time? What made you truly fall in love with it? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to watch more videos about your favorite video games or other forms of media. Thank you again, and we'll see you again. Same channel, different time.